AskReddit by Journey 333. What is a good starter video game for a middle-aged man who has never really played before? Minecraft. This actually is true. I watched a video of Rasputin that let his wife, non-gamer, play Minecraft and it was actually pretty interesting. Here's a link to the video if you're interested. https://yahoo.be/_76lcbpdbvw. Stardew Valley. You all can play together. It's wholesome. Takes time and a lot of things to discover. I don't play video games ever but got the hang of this pretty easily. Once I got the fishing and mining figured out, nothing could stop me. It's like $15 on Steam and I use my laptop. Best thing about SV for newcomers, there's no lose state. To put it simply, you can never play so poorly that the game makes you stop playing and start over or anything like that. As a bonus, the win states are also very self-determined. Basically, when you feel you've built a successful farm, the game helpfully provides the community center to measure your progress against, but it's not the end all be all. That's when you've won. Perfect for first timers. Get a Nintendo, like parents used to say in the olden days. Today this means a Nintendo Switch. If you are alone you can play Zelda or Mario Odyssey. If you have people to play with, you can play party games like Mario Kart. Nintendo games are popular and easy on new players. You can have fun as a kid, a teen, or an adult. Can't go wrong. Deleted. I started with a game called Super Mario Bros. Edit. I wrote another comment yesterday and thought that's some good content right there. It got one upvote. As is tradition. I strongly recommend the LEGO games. So much fun. I believe most of them have multiplayer as well. I was looking for this. First game I remember playing was LEGO Star Wars on the Originals box. Easy to pick up even as a 7-year-old. Edit. If anyone has kids and is on the fence about the LEGO games, I highly recommend them for a parent-kid game. Some of my favorite memories are from when my dad and I getting all the minikits together. A lot of people are listing some really big adventure games. Overcooked and Overcooked 2 are some of the most entertaining, family-friendly, and easy to understand games around. Everyone can play together. Overcooked is like Monopoly. If you don't hate your family, this is a great game to do so. Deleted. Minecraft actually has a crafting guiding game now so you can click what you want and make it or learn the recipe of it. No mods required. Minecraft, just Minecraft, not modded Minecraft. Cause Minecraft with shaders won't run. Stardew Valley. Day goodbye to your next 100 or so hours of free time. Ducking autocorrect, am I right? Super Mario Bros 3. Super Mario Bros 2 baby. As a middle-aged guy who hadn't played video games in years, I found Red Dead Redemption 2 to be pretty great. It starts off with a tutorial that doesn't rush or assume I'm familiar with the controller, and that is really engaging as part of the story. It was slow enough that I didn't get overwhelmed by the, to me, modern complex controller dynamics, but still kept me engaged in the game. Things were introduced slowly and built in a way that I was able to build the muscle memory to get used to all the different control options. It's made it much easier for me to start trying other games. Also, the story is great and it's beautiful during this shut-in time. I think all the controls would be a steep learning curve for a non-gamer, but I also have to say that RDR2 was possibly the most incredible single-player game I've ever experienced. Saying the story is great doesn't do it justice. The story was breathtaking. Red. I'm a 54-year-old woman who has never had an Xbox. I haven't watched TV since Christmas. I spent my nights robbing banks, stealing horses and basically just exploring this amazing world. Best game ever. I am fairly new to modern gaming and this one just astounds me at every turn. It didn't take too long to get the hang of either. Just phenomenal. Animal Crossing. Skyrim. That was my dad's first game and now he has over 5,000 hours. I wish I could make myself do something useful for 5,000 hours. Stardew Valley. Your wife and kiddo would love it too. Zelda. It's good for all ages, all experience types, all genders. Tons of missions and side stories. It's not too childish and not too adult. Ocarina of Time. Breath of the Wild. Twilight Princess. Skyward Sword. Excuse me, you are forgetting a little game called Wind Waker. Tetris. Addictive, it is. It's so simple yet such a great game. Slime Ranchers is a really fun and simple game I think everyone can enjoy. I believe it's free too. I recommend getting a Steam account if you haven't already. It's like online shop for games. The account is free, you only pay when buying games, and the games then get tied to your account so you can access them from any computer. You can search for games and sort by genres, multiplayer, single player, suitable for kids, etc. People rate and leave reviews. Also, yeah, like everyone else KS saying Portal. Portal 2 has 2 modes, single player story mode and 2-player cooperative mode. If you like puzzles I also recommend Fez. Myst is available on Steam too. Undertale is fun and kinda retro looking, a kinda mystery adventure game. Steam, absolutely. I love Portal 2 and Undertale dearly, but I'm not sure I'd recommend either as a first game to a new gamer. The former for shooter camera mechanics, the second for playing with game tropes. Minecraft. Deleted. Kinda depends on what you like or think you would enjoy. I would suggest watching videos of people playing video games first and see what kind of video games you like to watch. And then what kind of platform you wanna use. If you want an easy fun game, I could suggest maybe the Untitled Goose Game. No stress, all fun and bit more like puzzle humor kind of game. It's not a game to take very seriously. Churchill is also one you might like. If you want a fighting game, I would suggest a play-by-turn kind of game. Maybe the South Park, Fractured But Whole game or Drakengard 2 as the mechanics are easy to learn and kinda repetitive but the story is good. Little Big Planet. Oregon Trail. You have died of dysentery. You should try Sky, Children of the Light. It's available on iOS, iPhone or iPad. It's a non-violent game that was designed to be played with family and for gamers and non-gamers alike. Doom 1993, plays on everything, don't even need to use a mouse. I haven't seen anyone recommend any of the Telltale games. They're kind of like interactive movies, controls aren't complicated and there aren't many difficult reflex type moments. But most of them are fantastic, can't go wrong with the Walking Dead ones, the Batman ones, or even the Wolf Among Us. Also, there's Life is Strange, which is very similar in playstyle. Jenny. The Sims 4. I like that Sims can appeal to different players for different reasons. Some people enjoy building houses and neighborhoods, others like exploring via their sim, others like building elaborate stories to follow along, some like to kill their sims. A little bit for everyone. One thing you can do is pick up a SNES Classic. It's plug into your TV and turn on simple, and has some games that were the first games for quite a few people, and lasting favorites for an entire generation. It's going to be more expensive than other items here, but I believe under $100 and you'll have something like 20 games of good quality. Ignore anyone who says Dark Souls, they are being obnoxious. That game is difficult for the sake of being difficult for advanced gamers only.